chicken, eggs, sardines. You probably looked at your grocery cart and thought none of that was for the cat. But here's the part that gets skipped over. Some of these foods carry the same kind of animal-based nutrients your cat's body actually depends on. Not a replacement for what's already working, just underused. And a few human foods are genuinely risky for cats. So knowing which ones help and which ones don't matters more than people think. Stick with me, because number 1 flips almost everything you assumed going into this video. Let's start at 15. Cooked chicken, the cheapest protein upgrade sitting in your fridge right now. Cats are obligate carnivores, so their whole system runs on animal protein and not fillers, not grains. Chicken gives them something highly digestible, and most cats respond to it instantly. Keep it plain, fully cooked. No bone, no seasoning, no onion or garlic, no oil. Use it as a topper, not a replacement for a complete diet. Small amounts go a long way here. 14. Eggs. One of the cheapest things in your kitchen and one of the most nutrient-dense. A cooked egg packs protein, healthy fat, and amino acids into almost nothing. If your cat's into it, a small bit every so often is a genuine bonus. Just don't build a meal around it. This is a supplement, not a foundation. 13 brings the omega-3 boost. Sardines. Good for skin, good for coat, good for that shine people notice without knowing why. The catch is preparation. Plain sardines only, nothing packed in oil or soaked in salt. And fish should never be the backbone of the whole diet. Treat it as an occasional lift, not a routine. 12. Turkey. The meat everyone remembers once a year and forgets the other 364 days. Plain cooked turkey works as a lean protein topper. What ruins it is everything humans add on top. Gravy, seasoning, bones that splinter. Strip that away, and you're left with something simple and safe. 11. And this one surprises people every time. Beef. Half the cat food on store shelves and already advertises of beef right in the bag. So why does the real thing feel off limits? It isn't. Just watch the calories. What looks small to you can be a lot for something the size of a cat. Lean, plain, thoroughly cooked, no fat trimmings, no seasoning, no bones. Think cat-sized portions, not human-sized ones. 10 is the curveball. Pumpkin. Yes. On a list about carnivores, we're talking about a vegetable for a second. Cats don't need plants the way we do, but plain pumpkin in tiny amounts is sometimes used to support digestion. The word plain matters. Not pie filling, not anything sweetened. A little bit can help. A lot never will. 9. Salmon. This one's really about how you make it, not whether you should. The appeal's obvious, the fat, the smell, the protein, but every bone has to come out, and there's no room for butter, garlic, or seasoning. Get the prep right, and it's a solid addition. Get it wrong, and it's a trip to the vet. 8 might change your mind about something you assumed was off the table. Lean pork. Plain, properly cooked, it can be a real source of animal protein. But two things labeled pork can be worlds apart. Bacon and sausage are nowhere near the same as a lean, unseasoned cut. Read it like a label before you serve it, not after. 7. Rabbit. Not a food most people think about, but it's worth knowing. Rabbit is a novel protein, which just means it's something your cat hasn't been exposed to 100 times before. That makes it useful for cats with sensitivities or food intolerances, since a protein source they haven't eaten repeatedly is less likely to trigger a reaction. Plain, fully cooked, no seasoning, same rules as always. It's a niche option. But for the right cat, it's a genuinely helpful one. 6. Chicken hearts. The part most people throw straight in the trash. Heart is dense muscle tissue, and it naturally carries taurine, something absolutely essential to feline health. Cats evolved eating whole animal tissue, not just the boneless cuts we default to. One ingredient can't replace a balanced diet on its own, but cooked properly in small amounts, it's closer to what a cat's body was actually built for. 5 flips the logic a little. Chicken liver. More nutrients doesn't mean more is better, and liver proves that fast. It's extraordinarily dense, packed with vitamins. Feed too much, too often, and you risk an shibezikshad imbalance, because some of those nutrients build up in the body over time. Treat liver like a seasoning, not a meal. A small addition, never the bulk of the plate. 4 shifts the whole angle. Plain meat broth, the hydration trick hiding in plain sight. A lot of cats just don't drink enough water on their own. A splash of homemade broth, no onion, no garlic, no added salt, can turn a dry bowl into something they actually want to finish. Most store-bought broths are made for human taste buds, not feline ones. So if you go this route, keep it plain and keep it homemade. 3. Cooked shrimp. Plain, shell removed. This is one of the more exciting treats on the list for a lot of cats. What ruins shrimp isn't the shrimp, it's the garlic, the butter, the sauce restaurants pile onto it. Strip all that away, and you've got something simple that most cats genuinely get excited about. 2. Chicken feet. Sounds strange, but stay with me. They're mostly cartilage, and cartilage naturally contains glucosamine, the same compound a lot of joint supplements are built around. Cooked properly in small amounts, it's a low-cost way to support joint health, especially in older cats. It's not glamorous, but it's one of the more practical entries on this entire list. And now, 1. The real winner here was never a single ingredient. It's the mindset behind all of it. The point of this video was never to tell you to throw out complete cat food and build something from scratch in your kitchen. Cats need very specific things. The right taurine levels, the right balance of vitamins and minerals and fatty acids, and that balance is genuinely hard to recreate casually at home. The smartest move is using these foods as additions, as toppers, as treats layered around a nutritionally complete diet, not instead of one. There was never one miracle food in this list. The real advantage is just knowing which ones help, which ones don't, and how much is actually appropriate. So here's what I'd try. Pick 1, maybe 2 of these. Add small amounts alongside your cat's normal food for the next 7 days. Watch their appetite. Watch how they respond. You don't need to change everything overnight. Small, safe additions are usually where the real difference shows up. Which one of these is your cat already obsessed with? Drop the number in the comments. And if you want the full list of foods your cat should never touch, type safe food below, and I'll make that video next.